All of a sudden,
GG.
He gets his name. There's so many other people. He's the man that plays with 20 item slots because he has that he sticks.
Però la grafica fa un po' cagare. Paddino tattico.
Però sai che non mi sembrano i fight che c'erano prima.
Sono finali, queste sono le partite che hanno fatto prima, quelli che si sono qualificati stanno a far vedere.
Ma anche non è iniziata, allora
no, adesso non è ancora iniziata, adesso fanno vedere i highlight in poche parole, ma si blocca ogni secondo, fa schifo. Mizzica non c'è mazza, non c'è la mazza.
Io devo prendere una cosa.
Vai. Attacca il controller.
Dov'è? Sì, sto prendendo. Eccoli.
Hai il ballo di popcorn? Non mi ha messo i sottotitoli. Ma vostra sorella in carriola. Sottotitoli, sì. Ma
io non ce l'ho sottotitoli.
Io ce li ho attivati perché almeno so cosa cacchio dicono. Ma quando vado... Ma che sta mafia?
Guys, as we get ready to hop into these
What
games,
the fuck?
I mean, what do you think we can expect? Now, out of EU, it was a long time. We thought it was all set, and then Tayson shows up, drops this massive game, and game 5, and then holds on. Do you guys think we can
Ma
see
quelli che uno c'è al parco principale, uno alla piazza. Ma che fanno?
Someone comes out and then just, you know, leaves everyone in the dust. What do you guys think? Son, let's start with you.
So we kind of talked about how the pacing of the 6-game tournament plays out. After the first game, who's able to really separate themselves, or is it a couple players who got 5 and 6 eliminations and then someone was able to convert? Then you really can kind of tell the shape of the game, or the shape of the tournament itself. After games number 2
Faccio un pesce. What the fuck?
in Europe in particular, while we saw that there was a little bit of a lead,
Che problemi ha sto pesce?
until Tayson capitalized. So what that means, in my opinion, is we're waiting for somebody to put a stamp on this tournament and then seeing how everyone else reacts. And I think NA East is right for
Ma sto pesce che ti deve rovinare le cose.
favorite to really step up to the plate and say like, this is my
Ma levati dalle palle, mi hai
11,
rotto.
12-point victory royale when it matters.
Sì.
There is no definitive favorite. I agree with that, but I feel like there still is a pattern in NA East. You guys notice on the map,
Okay,
there's these mountains. In the middle, it's natural low ground, and near the top, there's a lot of water. For NA East, I think it's the zones, and what zones we see repeated throughout these 6 games. There are certain players that are very good at winning out natural low ground consistently, like calculating. But there's other players too when the zones are that taking games. Is a little bit better when it comes to mountains versus natural low ground. So for NA East, I think it'll depend on where these end games actually end up ending.
Okay, all right. We'll have to see how things go. Let's take a look at some of the winners from the past. Now, kind of add to this, and you know, kind of tie all of these things together. We've also seen those mythic weapons play a very big role in some of this. And over in OCE, we had the winner Jinxie Fishy holding down this title. 75 points, boys. I mean, Sundown, this is massive.
Però questo è un anime. Hai rotto i coglioni, pesce di merda! Madonna! No, devo stare sotto dove non si vede un cacchio. Perché c'è sto pesce che deve grabbare la gente. È una rottura, mamma. Adesso non posso.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that he needs to change his name to FNCS winner or warrior if he wants to, but really good went for him over there in the Middle East. For these three regions that we just saw, the winners of, it was really, really close on all ends the whole time through, but we've been talking about it for Tayson. He was behind the pack the whole time. Winning out Europe was no easy feat. Comes through all the way from game 5 and holds things up near the top. I think it was a 12 elimination finish that he had overall, and it was absolutely insane what he pulled off.
Man, guys, guess what time it is? Time to start things off here in NA East. So for now, let's send it over to our flight captains, Monster D-Face and Aussie Antics, as they prep us for our descent onto the island.
Thank you so very much, Zeke, and here we have it. It's all come down to this. It's the FNCS Grand Finals. Game number 1's just about to be underway. Monster D-Face here, Aussie Antics. I am so excited for the games that are going to unfold. The roster is ridiculous.
It is absolutely stacked, and we're not going to hold it back any longer. We're going to jump straight into Game 1 of the NA East FNCS Solo Grand Finals. Monster, just how excited are you for this one?
Absolutely, I'm at peak, I'm at the pinnacle here. And it's
Eccoli.
Iniziano? Ok, allora torno, volevo fare una cosa.
How your players are spreading across. Now let's keep in mind, guys, after all is said and done, one player take home that active
sto pesce rock.
Sto pesce che è
I'm already
francese.
noticing that P-God over in Holly Hedges
Poi mi
has
metto qua
someone
sopra.
contesting. I love that the camera shot
Vai,
was
vieni,
panning
vieni.
this way because this is going to be one of the most
E che-
exciting players, one of the most exciting
dai,
engagements that we
Attenzione, per un fight della giornata, attenzione, dietro una macchina si nasconde, 34 rimazzo.
Crazy every single game and carry it through, or are we going to get the P-God that has to clutch up towards the tail ends to pick up the big points? That's going to be the name of the game for P-God today.
Aspetta che cerco il ballo di
He
sedermi.
is contested here by chance.
Ecco.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. He did so well in the
yeah.
qualifiers when he was
E più
contested, and
ok,
yesterday
vediamo
when he
questo
wasn't, he
chip.
did well, but didn't
Allora,
do as well.
Amax
So I'm not too worried for him here.
e
When we're
anche
talking about
Tanti.
Stormsurge, talking about these insanely stacked lobbies, sometimes being contested isn't so bad if you're someone as good as P-God at
perché
closing
fight.
out, which he starts off with a really nice 46 tag, waiting behind that.
Ammazza
block.
però
He
come
knows
parla
this
veloce
so
questo.
well. He's had it on lockdown for weeks upon
Attenzione.
weeks. Gets the crash pad in.
Qua si
This is
giocano
someone
quasi
who's
un
won that
milione di
qualifying
euro.
week from home. If you were just tuning in, you haven't been following NA
Mamma mia, sta
East, so
tecnica
this is a very
dei
big
pad di
engagement off the bat.
lancerini
If
è...
P-God goes down,
Ma fra, ma li vedo
it
solo io
would be a
laggare.
large upset to kick off
no,
NA
è
East,
perché
and that's why
proprio
we love NA East so much,
fa
Monster.
così
Every
schifo.
single fight
Il
is
server
so important.
come lo stanno reccando.
You're noticing those
Che
chunk
lagga.
flashes go off here, so P-God knows the player is already healed back
Faccio un
up from the
Travis
distance
Scott?
that he started.
Oh,
He's going to
no,
land a
Travis
big
Scott.
charge pump shot to kick this off. It's going to go in his
Attenzione,
favor. Now looking for the
flexa.
control of the walls. And you have to think the enemy he's fighting is probably running out of builds here.
Allora,
This
se
is
un
a big drawn out
paddino
for early game
va di
engagement.
mitraglietta.
Another big follow-up. Can he get one more? Oof, that was way closer than what he needed to be to P-God with a single point to kick
Fra,
off the
sono ancora
competition.
97.
Yeah, it just shows the confidence. You love to see this out of P-God. Coming out game 1, not scared to take the fight. He set up for it. He wasn't over-aggressive. He was smart with how he engaged, but you knew he backed himself to win that one. And P-God putting himself on the board very early, and maybe that drop play might even change. They might not go Holly Hedges next game. We'll have to see as Avery gets into a fight here as well. Just down near the rig, down on the south side near Slurpee Swamps, gets the tack shots in and takes him down here, falling here to Avery. 1 point on the board as well. So we've already seen 2 of the 4 players going down here. So still staying pretty stacked, but we're getting the action.
Let's not forget, Avery has just been outside the top 10 on the week-to-week qualifiers, his best being 11th throughout the course.
Mizzica, ma questo lo
So
sniperanno male con questi
someone
commenti.
keep your eye out on that. Maybe hasn't been at the top, but could be knocking on that. An up-and-comer on the scene, just rotating outside of retail row. Looking for the big snipe shot, going down range, not going to find it that time, but he's telling everyone he's well and aware and ready to do the do here. Looking at the map there, it looks like there's another player nearby. His loot's not
Allora,
looking
Max
too great.
non
Yes,
ne ha
he's going to have to
tanti.
farm up and get situated here.
Adesso ci muore easy
He's gonna
peasy
have to
and
maybe
easy.
even try and find a pack
Chi è
of the waters,
questo?
maybe very high chance of
Ma io ne
them
so.
scoring around here, being sent to
Raga, posso giocare così facciamo...
Stiamo giocando, stiamo vedendo i cosi.
Stai vedendo?
Le finali.
There's a lot of loot to offer there from Zen till now.
Che finali? Perché io...
Delle
un mese.
CFN,
Another
della
point swinging in the favor.
CFN.
Here's Cody from Team Timbers. We talk about these
Mm.
this Latin community
Vabbè dai, ciao.
stepping up to the plate.
Gentilissimo.
Cody's got, oh my gosh, he's got the mythic loot. He's got the caddy's corner
Quando vuoi,
unlocked
fratelli.
here. All of Kit's mythic. there. They've rotated out, so Cody is off. Let's see what Cody.
Porco.
That he's.
Questo qua non è... Questo vuole cambiare i muri perché...
Out of caddy corners with all the loot, he did end up winning the game, and this is someone who's been dropping caddy corners every single game of every qualifier of everything he's played in. You see some people kind of testing the waters, knowing how strong that mythic loot is, but then wanting the consistency so they don't go back there. Cody has been dropping there the whole time. No one has more experience at this drop than Cody, and if you are tuning from home and you tune into the heats, there was a bit of drama around this drop spot as Zate did not qualify for grand finals because this drop was too heavily contested. So I think it would have been a big shake-up for Cody if Zate was in contention today, but Cody having it between him and one other player, he's got a very good chance to walk away with that loot consistently, so someone to 100% look out for.
Do agree, and here's a little info bit right there for you. Booga, Kaz, Stretch, Crims, Kanata, Clicks, Calc have all competed in every single FNCS.
Wow.
And let's not forget, Booga's on fire yesterday, coming in 6th for his heat, coming out of NA East heat number 4. So things were cooking for the champ here himself, and he's looking to continue his stride through solos, as is Cody. I mean, Cody came 3rd in his heats. I know we're just talking about him, but it just shows you we're looking at market right now. Hottest players on the scene here, and they're continuing to carry the torch. Let's see, though. Booga looking for some early tags. We know this is the thing about NA East. It is going to be packed, right? From the top to the bottom, every zone, we're going to expect loads and loads of players to stay alive. There are still 95 players in the game, Ozzy, and the first zone is only halfway through closing. That means of all the fights so far, we've literally captured about 3 of them on broadcast. We are literally seeing all of the action right now because of how intense it is on the NA East region.
Yeah, NA East, they know how to play their games. They know how to play stack lobbies, and we're going to see who can manage their Storm Surge. And that's why I was so excited to see P-God come out swinging, because a lot of people start off their first game a little bit scared, just maybe the nerves getting to them. They kind of want to play slow, play safe, just kind of play it easy. So P-God coming out swinging was big for him.
Che sta succedendo?
Tags on the map as Jay kind of making a really nice little metal base for himself. Has the mythic grappler gun as well. A lot of the conversation always kind of falling.
Però ci sei? Ok. Troppo. Ma perché c'è questo che sta facendo Baghdad?
So Jay got his hands on that one out of the 3 people that looks like they're dropping here, and he's going to have to find his tags though. If they haven't fought down below, he also has no shotgun, so I'm not really sure how that's going to play out for him.
And I mean, he's pulling a cease here, nice and early, high in the sky here at the Authority, looking for those early tags to play into his favor. What I do like about Jaith in recent times, that he's just been on the up and up, consistently entering himself into tournament after tournament, Cash Cup after Cash Cup, even now qualifying for the grand finals here in the heats, and slowly but surely stepping his way up, stepping up his placements. So how is he going to perform on the largest setting, on the biggest stage here, on the biggest screen here, in front of all the community figures in the Fortnite scene here now, though? I'm speechless by Stretch, who got me thrown off right now. He's in the center map, making a rotate for center zone, and he's around so many players.
He's got the loadout though as well. 4 floppers, something I'm not used to seeing Stretch have too much of. Dropping out a Misty Meadow, so maybe he had the time with his zone being a little bit closer to kind of fish up. He didn't have a really strong performance yesterday in his heat, but we talked about it a lot on that broadcast. He got really, really unfortunate zones. All first 4 zones pulled north, and so that kind of caused a bit of issues for Stretch. The last 2 zones pulling south, I think he averaged almost a top 10 in those 2 games where he finally got good zones. So Stretch looking in a great position with that extra time that he will have. He's going to try and set up probably on the edge of this mountain. Needs to get a nice high position to go for some Storm Surge tags as well if he hasn't been fighting anyone already. As Booga holding him down, someone who's also been dropping Misty Meadows with him, hitting the rotate a little bit earlier. And we're talking about interactions. We're talking about those who's who of names here. And Booga and Stretch going head to head is going to be one of them. 2 players who have a lot of pressure on them to perform in their own right, but also to outperform each other. They were duo mates and they both performed insanely well, but there's always those whispers of who carried who. Who's better? We saw Booga and Stretch going head-to-head in one of the qualifying weeks where Stretch ended up just coming out on top in the final game, winning it over Booga. But this is a rivalry that I'm super excited to see play out.
That's right, and I mean, it's been about 4 months or so since they've entered as a duo into competition.
Yeah.
But the stigma carries with them as they do still play trios and other team-based game modes.
La cosa è che con la macchina puoi farmare fermi.
Those two titans. I mean, we saw
Sì.
Janice and Tayson
È
fight
buona
one
la
another over
cosa.
in the Stevie Stacks and EU today. And that was probably the biggest clash.
Sì,
of Tayson's
la cosa
career
che
because he took
dovrebbero
that
fare è che...
to the Axis champions all the way down the line. And P-God, oh my gosh, with the big follow-up onto Vibes. And that's going to be huge for him. His second elimination right now. 93 players left in the game.
Second elimination when there's 93 players left. So P-God has taken down 2 of the 7 players that have fallen in this lobby. So you can't overstate how big that is. If you're more of a casual Fortnite fan, you're tuning in, this might seem a little bit ridiculous that 2 eliminations is huge at this point. But as you can see in the top left, there's only 7 people that have gone down. These players are the best of the best, and they're avoiding fights. They're playing safe, trying to get into that top area for those placement points. And P-God just feeling comfortable. He's feeling confident, running around as we see Prickly Boy was a fan favorite of yesterday, rocking the cactus skin. I feel like the casters definitely instantly resonated with this player, wanted to cheer him on as well as Prickly Boy trying to find his way him, but this player was waiting for it, kind of choreographed exactly where he was going to go into this push. So Prickly Boy trying to close it out, players on top of him, nice builds, but he drops inside the box. 2 tack shots is not enough, and Justice takes him down. Don't think Justice even needed the shotgun there, and look at that loadout. Justice is looking great.
That's right. Justice read the law and laid it down just like that, showing that he is going to be the one to action the scene right now. Confidence for Prickly Boy, who couldn't seem to find the defense, seem to find the
È
shots that
stato
he
quel
needed.
pesce malefico. Ecco, infatti, guarda.
On the other side, one of the veterans of the Fortnite community seems
Aspetta
to
che
be in
risalgo.
a part of
Dovrei aver
the early
messo
stage
o
of
qua
Fortnite
rampino
competition. Now back on his
o
stride,
la
back on the high
preso
horse here as a solo competitor. It almost seems like he came out of nowhere in the recent times, just coming back, showing players that, hey, this vet here still has what it takes to compete on the grand final stage. Ladies and gentlemen at home, this is game number 1. If you are tuning in, we do appreciate it. That's going to be a big down there, though. Ozzy, that was Cody.
That was Cody. I have to know who gets that loot because this elimination, while being important, is one.
Guardiamo sto pesce come spawn.
Because that is going to change the game massively. If you're not dropping caddy corners, but you end up with the caddy corner loot, like we saw with yesterday, Cal dropped, I think it was a 3 elimination winner. So quick. If you go to chance on that caddy loot, so whoever has now found that, as I say, Cal goes down to Colazo. So players dropping now.
Fra, guarda io da dove sto venendo.
12 people to fall, but if we can get a side
Alla
who
funivia.
exactly has that shockwave launcher, it could play massively into this endgame. It's just a big name who's been performing and not used to having the added advantage of 2 mythic items.
Take a look at this, though. It's P-God back in another skirmish here. I see 4 different players, 4
Oi.
individuals stacked up on top of one another. For this rotate here from west to east, trying to get to the safety of the new zone. P-God yesterday did this as well. He was playing off of these non-dead side rotates. I mean, he's just walking directly to the zone and taking battles along the way. We saw that halfway through the competition. It worked against them. We'll see, though, but no, not this time. It doesn't matter. P-God's going to react with the quickness there onto Uzi. Uzi is an up-and-comer as of late. He has been on fire, but P-God shuts that out. He puts the fire out.
Shuts it out quick. That was such a good, quick flick with the charged shotgun, too. That's a hard shot. If you just watched and you missed what happened there, the other player crash padded straight into the back of the box. P-God didn't see the player coming through because the builds were breaking, and then just split-second reaction flicks with the beautiful charged shotgun shot. And P-God's now got 3 eliminations on the board coming into endgame with the peppers as well. So he's got that extra mobility to maybe make that next rotate. And you touched on it just then, Monster. He doesn't really exactly go for the safe rotate.
Cado sempre, mannaggia la
And
banana.
now he's getting his Storm Surge tags. He's getting his damage on the board as we still have Storm Surge active right now. There is still 1 player getting hit by Storm Surge in this lobby as 71 players are still alive.
I just want to say that is probably the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen a ridiculous shot like that come out of P-God. But here's Skittles finding himself a nice little ridiculous elim onto Avery, who was so lit up on the run from an opponent. And although Skittles may not be able to grab the rewards of Avery's loot there, it's going to be Rubified who's going to scoop that up. It's okay. He's got a nice free point to work with here. Let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, 75 players being, or less than 75 players in the lobby now is going to reward the first points. Placement points are divvied out as players go down. And just like that, now Skittle has 2. So this is a nice step in the right direction here. If the EU FNCS Grand Finals is any indicator, though, to how you want to play, how many points you want to average.
Fra qua sta partendo l'endgame più grande al
anywhere
mondo.
from 8 to about 10 around on average to be the FNCS champion of the region.
That is such a tall ask. 8 to 10 points every game for 6 games when you're battling now with 99 of the other best players in your region. Just showing these players are a whole nother level. 31 tag, nothing too heavy. That's clicks. NRG clicks falls. Someone who has a lot of pressure on them today, a lot of expectations going down.
Andiamo a uccidere anche noi, tanto è scarso Glix. Devi forte io sono ninja.
Vabbè, ninja. Basta, pesce tua madre in carriola! Madonna! Hai rotto le palle!
Ecco, attacco dal cielo.
Mizzica, devevo usare una ghoul per dirgli hai rotto le palle.
Guardai dove metto. Qua non mi può fare niente.
Quando ci sono questi eventi non possono fare che tolgono tutto, così nessuno rompe. Dico io. Ma dove cacchio ti sei messo?
I want to say during the FNCS Invitationals, he was breaking records on his streak on up to those grand
Vabbè, ho
finals
pure
as well.
missato,
So,
metto qui.
this is a player that lately's been somewhat dormant, but it shows that hey, when he
Fra, ma tu là cosa vedi? Una domanda.
when he doesn't look back.
Il pesce non ci arriva. Io vedo lo schermo da dietro.
Vado a prendere un rampino. Voglio vedere, aspetta.
Luca, pesce di me.
Aspetta, vado a prendere un rampino. Tipo, adesso questo default mi prendeva con la canna da pesca. Oh, fatto. Devo andare alla piazza.
Non ci arriva. Non ci arriva, cado come un suino.
Aspetta. No, ma non c'è lo spawn di quad. L'hanno tolto.
Sì.
Ma
Sì, metto
dai!
qua.
Che gioco brutto. Ok, sto tornando. Fra, dimmi in che situazione stanno quelli.
Io non vedo niente perché mi sono messo dietro lo schermo.
Poi faccio finta di avere quello di Jules. Appena butto il rampino, apro il deltaplano. È una cavolata. Attenzione, arrivo.
I wonder if he can just make an endgame this time around. That is going to be momentous for him.
Would be momentous. He gets an opposite half though. One of them, the zones
Ciao.
want to get the most. This is the full pull zone right now. So as you see, that half zone going.
Sciogliti un po', fratelli.
Like you said, Monster, he likes to be around there. He likes to
No, sta caduto.
He doesn't need to
Oh,
go on the
shit.
safe side of
Vabbè,
zone.
aspetta,
So
mi
this
metto
next
qua.
rotate could be easy for him. He could pick up even more
Allora,
eliminations on the
stiamo
way.
vedendo la
Just
situazione
gonna
di...
get the
Che
loop, but
cazzo?
Pigos gets the
Ma?
elimination. He needs to make a tough rotate now. He has the launch pad.
Ma che
He
è?
has two
Ah, ma
pass
sei
pads,
tu?
but with these trees in the way and with the way this zone's
Oh,
going,
ti
he's gonna
lancio
have
in...
to find a clearing
Oh,
to try and
aspetta,
get
vado a
that
prendere una
launch pad
canna da
off.
pesca.
Ho preso un fa.
Oh, prendo una canna da pesca e ti faccio vedere. Aspetta, vado a fare
Non mi
rifornimento.
riesce a prendere il pesce.
Vado a fare rifornimento di rampini.
Portamene anche una a me.
Va bene, ne prenderò 5, quindi...
Sono troppo forte.
È da contare che uno lo spreco per venire.
Vai,
Allora,
vai lì,
1,
Hai
2,
capito perché lo schermo?
4. Ok, io sto arrivando.
Sono baricandive.
Mi sto immaginando la scena del pesce.
Baricandive. C'è il pesce che mi sta provando a pushare quei cosi ma non ci riesce.
Ah, in stile Minecraft! In stile Minecraft proprio! Aspetta, voglio vedere sto pesce. Cosa vuole fare? Attenzione, proprio lui crasha il mondo tutto quanto. E lo uccide con un lag da paura.
Haji, a player who hasn't been so prominent in these games, but did manage to win a game
Fuck,
in his
ok, io guardo tutto da qui, ok? Fra, si vede benissimo da qui, se ci ho appena fatto il cazzo. Ti metti così e guardi. Fra, vieni qua, si vede bene.
Find some way to get back in this one a little bit more as he's on the bottom side, but rotating zone is going to go back through the woods, through all the
diventi così.
Not sure if he's going to be able to
Tac.
find his way back down on the low ground as Illis
Ho preso il
looking
muro
Attacco a lato.
Ma... Aspetta, mi aggrappo a te.
Ecco dal cielo.
Sembra che sto giocando in 1080 Ok. Fra, vado a prendere la canne da pesca, aspetta. In quanti stanno?
Non lo so.
Bello!
È sparito il pesce. È sparito il pesce. Possiamo tornare alla nostra vita normale.
Vado a prendere le canne da pesca adesso. Però devo trovare le canne da pesca perché non so dove siano. Trovate? Forse siamo... ho trovato le canne da pesca, fra. Arriva. Adesso faccio il pesce. Fra, arriverà un pesce 2.0 a momenti. Sta arrivando. Mizzica, non vedo, non si capisce nulla. Ma lol.
È tutto viola, oh. Allora, vedi che tua sorella fa proprio un bel lavoro di mano.
Cosa cacchio sta succedendo? Ma c'è Dynamo ed è anche là Dynamo. Ma che
inside the full metal base. He was in a good spot to try and find a refresh from, but he's going to have to go soon. Does take down Nanolite, a very consistent play here in this one. AJ falling in the feed as well, going down to the storm as it pushes everyone up this big mountain.
That harpoon was so clutch to grab him all the materials he needed as well. Here it is, polarized though, has that shockwave launch. He wants to know who had it, and it's him on height. And now he's looking to fight it out for his life though.
Piede spaventosa,
now we have Coop down on the low ground, really tearing it up.
Devo dare fastidio.
Someone's got him backed out against the storm though. He's got to take the fight. He's going to step in, and yes, he catches another one. That's going to be the 5th elimination.
Fra, vieni qua che è più bello.
Very much in the game. I'm seeing Ronaldo. I'm seeing Dub still here.
Venga.
Jake fighting his way.
Ti accompagno.
Vai,
basta che dici. Ronaldo, ma che Ronaldo che gioca a Fortnite, io. Scooby-Doo, ma che
It's a 1v1. It's
1v1. Attenzione. Alla Fiaiga ha vinto. No, vabbè, che infame.
Chi ha vinto il game? Chi è?
Black Ops.
Guarda che scarso.
Ma ha fatto 30 punti in una partita, fra.
È scarso comunque.
Me lo ce lo clappiamo, easy proprio. Ma aspetta, fallo sul culo. No!
Aspetta davanti, aspetta, fermo. Non vai.
Mizzica bordello che hanno fatto.
Non vai candiva.
Ma perché ti metti davanti dove infastidire? Sto infastidendo il mio momento.
Aspetta, voglio fare una cosa. Somebody can
Fallo ad Aura che è più ferma di un cane. Oddio. Aspetta.
You still had some of the old guard up as well. Blake's been around for a while. Ronaldo
Tu non balli.
No.
Dubs also
Tu
Somebody
non devi
can
stare
be
fermo.
finally falling to old man.
Allora
Aspetta.
faccio così.
You can see the scoreboard reflecting a little bit of
Aspetta.
that there. Blake
Allora,
first right
facciamo
now.
una. Allora, intanto da
In third,
NRDG Ronaldo.
Khan
Ma che
rounding
cazzo.
out fourth and fifth. Kufishi, Cozy,
Ma
Skills,
buga buga?
Dubs,
Non
and
c'è
Ronaldo
buga
will be the
buga?
top
Non
10.
fa un buga buga?
Buca buca che buco la ruota. sto zitto.
Mi buga
C'è
proprio.
Ronaldo! Oh, c'è
Ronaldo!
Ronaldo!
C'è Ronaldo!
Again, it's just
Dov'è che buco la ruota? Dov'è? Non c'è.
polarized, dangerous, Jack, aspect, right, Jelty.
Io.
Drop the spot. You know,
No.
there's so many.
Ah,
One's fine.
ciao.
Però non è
Dani.
napoletano.
Points on the board.
Stranamente.
Banana coco is a banana cake. Porco.
Themselves making it into the top placement. As, I guess as high up
Ma
as
scusa, ma prima erano in tre. Dov'è il terzo?
L'hanno inculato.
No, cosa? Aspetta. Ok.
Mi associo a tutto quello che ho appena detto. Somebody can do. Oddio, salto coordinato. Ta 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 ta.
Tutti quanti a
Ma
fare
sembrano
pompon.
fatti.
Absolutely, man. Here we go. We're gonna take a look at some of them.
Ah, poi ci sono gli highlights delle altre partite.
Oh, vediamolo.
Minchia l'ha scopato.
Scarso. Vedete Ciccio
Buga,
Gamer è più
buga,
forte.
buga,
Tiri
buga,
il
buga,
cornetto.
buga, 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 buga. Attenzione,
Gli hanno
buga,
bucato
buga.
la ruota.
L'hanno scopato.
Ti hanno bucato la ruota.
Click.
NRG. Sono
L'hanno
gli
bucato.
RCN cinesi. Black Beeps.
Quello che ha vinto la partita.
Non è una cosa family friendly, Black Beeps.
Black Pit.
Black Pip.
Black Pippa. No, la mia arma segreta, ok. Aspetta che mi voglio guardare attenzione. Va all'attacco. Attenzione. Che poi è stato infamissimo alla fine perché l'ha fatto cadere. Cioè l'ha fatto...
Che te potevi aspettare da Black Beeps? Madonna mia, l'ultima ragazza tua si chiamava Armando Ottone. E la sorella era Erminia Ottone. Erminio Ottone. Ma io questi due non so manco chi sono, ma come vi permettete a parlare?
Sono quelli che hanno commentato la World Cup.
Ma chi vi si incula? Ma che via?
Yeah, I mean,
Aspetta, gli do fastidio, lo
play the
spingo
game. They have
lontano.
the time, they have all of the hours dedicated to playing and having and kind of owning that mechanical prowess. And now it's just kind of falling back on that, right? And that's what led Blake to the win here. And I gotta know, like, I think the biggest question for me is like, look back at EU game 1.
Ma lol.
Here for Blake?
So that's been the story of a lot of what we've seen on broadcast going through. It's
Fra.
really difficult for players to kind of convert where they want to immediately draw attention to everyone.
Paricandina.
Fra, questo qua
Ma
sono...
guarda quella a sinistra! Guarda quella a sinistra, annuisce solo, non parla mai!
Ma solo se gioco la testa.
Ma mi sembra pure Dori
Sembra... Sai cosa mi sembra? Tipo nei giochi di Formula 1, che la gente è così.
Sono viola!
Tipo...
Aricandiva non sembra.
Quello che fa così.
Aura!
basically pencil in everything.
Quello che fa quel tipo è
I mean,
questo.
that's all it takes, right? Just
Tutto il tempo così.
and you said it best at the beginning of the show. It's like just being able to stamp your name there and say, look,
Oddio, ha parlato!
let's
Non
have
è
Oddio,
muto!
oddio,
Oddio!
non gli ha parlato, quindi ti prendo dalla canna da pesca.
in the past. That's why I'm here in the first place.
Vedetegli la famiglia sul mercato nero.
I need to go and make a statement.
Gli hanno schizzato in faccia, gli hanno schizzato in faccia.
I'm gonna just pull ahead.
Figlia di
We have to see
babà.
fast what happens.
Aspetta.
Sono 2002.
For Blake, very
Piede sto pomodoro.
You have 5 games left.
Piede sto pomodoro.
Champion.
Piede sto gran...
All that being said, we're ready to hop back in the game.
Piede sto pomodoro, vai, piede.
Guarda, guarda che sono tutti bagnati.
Sono tutta bagnata.
Thank you, Zeke. Thank you, Sundown, for the great breakdown.
Madonna mia, che
Sono tutta
ignoranza.
bagnata.
With the competition in the
Somebody can do it,
Game
once
number
in
2
that
here, the NA
scene,
East
man.
Grand Finals table.
Oh, non ci provare. Giocato.
See a lot go down
Tu
right
camelo,
now.
tutto melo,
Look
sì.
at this battle
Sì.
map. What's standing out to you right now? Because I'm looking
Per
at
States, allora, adesso faccio io lo spettacolo, allora.
Yeah, 4 players sweaty sands. I'm seeing 3
Vai,
players
fallo.
as well as looking a bit hefty. So you're trying to look for
Buongiorno signori telespettatori. Oggi parleremo di... cosa è permessa lei? Guarda che ho Barbara D'Urso che faccio arrestare. Allora,
Aspetta, la canna da pesca e il microfono,
Allora.
aspetta. Vai.
no, dammi la canna, senza pesca. Allora, buongiorno signori telespettatori, vedete qua sopra, come si può ben vedere, c'è un coglione che salta.
Tipo poi c'è la madre. Portami, ho messo io nei soldi.
Vedete, queste cose sono vietate ai minori di 18 anni, quindi la maggior parte di voi deve andare via.
Mi giro, va, così potete farlo.
Yeah, just to answer the question, it was just a weird
Si vede così male che le armi, al posto di avere scritto i numeri, hanno i quadratini.
Fradi, dammi la canna da
Guarda,
pesca.
siamo dei bot. No.
We have a battle breaking out.
Somebody can do
Allora, attenzione, proprio lui mi dà la canna da pezza.
No, perché io sono Barbara D'Urso e decido io.
Allora, aspetta che me ne vado a prendere una.
My gosh, those are some great AR follow-ups.
Dimmi che sta succedendo se qualcuno sta facendo pem pem.
That's a hard weapon to do that much damage with. 20 damage a bullet, but it shoots 2 at a time. It's very hard to connect 2 shots back to back with as well.
Tutto ok? Niente pem pem?
Allora, guardate, le 3 Lamborghini, 3.
No,
Due.
aspetta, no, non lo fare. Non lo voglio vedere, lo voglio vedere.
Spettacolo finito, tutti a casa.
No, lo voglio vedere, aspetta.
Somebody can diva, non senso.
Oh, porco. Sto bestemmiando. Fra, non mi sa. Fammi Elettra Lamborghini appena arrivo.
Aspetta.
With the better angle there on the battle. You can
Arrivo.
see 31 of the current players also competed in the FNCS Invitational.
Somebody can diva.
Ok, eccomi. Vai, fai Elettra Lamborghini.
Epic, the official
Ok, pronti allora.
competition that has most
Ok.
So 31
Vai.
players cross over.
Pem. Aspetta.
Yeah, in a very in what is one of
Allora,
the hardest formats to be.
aspetta, devo mettere una cosa.
Already today, one hunting rifle shot.
Io sono aquí perché la te ama, ti vuole scopare in su casa.
Solos, it's very hard to be that consistent, but some of these players make it look easy.
Allora, sto vedendo questo il Let's che è al lago d'Anguido. Si ciuccia peperoncino. Edita, non riesce a editare perché anche se sta giocando un torneo.
Invadiamo la Francia. Let's go.
Attenzione.
Aquí perché è la te odia. Che vuole
Allora, il
in
Let's
su casa. Che vuole.
cioè no, cosa?
Dislessici?
Allora, il lutto suo gli manca l'assalto.
feel like Illa's probably going to have to try and get his hands on some kind of an assault rifle. Just to get those tabs.
I mean, we've seen it all. I
Oggi
saw
mi fanno un
earlier
copyright
today,
più grande
Tomas
dell'America.
HD running a
Sì, ma
tactical
pure io
style
adesso
with
prendo il
just a
copyright.
sniper with
Guarda.
Vuoi?
movement and
Ma perché stai vedendo anche tu la live?
I can only assume that he's going to be putting that control.
Ok, non ho assolutamente lottato.
Dive into some players. And just talk about that. I mean, players like Furious did not qualify through.
Mitica la vittoria
Dai.
da 14
Sì.
punti.
We're not
Cioè
having
uno
that
se vince
PCS
salta
Nationals
tutto.
camp in
Aspetta, fatti
the game
prendere
right now.
dal
It's pretty
culo.
big for him. On your side, though, you do
Aspetta.
understand
Ok,
how it's
perfetto.
going to play out, guys. It's that placement. 14 points for the Victory Royale. The placement starts being divvied out at 75th place. You don't get your second until top 50. You can see how hard, how much of a struggle it is to even make it that far.
Yeah, and that's what you're talking about. That's what you normally look at when you're looking at kind of...
Ma che
That is ridiculous. You got to think how hard it is to
Te dico fermati, fratelli.
Doesn't see this player who's lurking coming into Lazy Lake. I don't think Qua has dropped here. I think he's rotated through, but Illust having none of it, like you said.
Prende fumar marijuana.
Aspetta, ti prendo ora lo culo. Ok, vieni qua, dormo. Allora, tu statene abbassato, ok? Non succederà nulla, non ti preoccupare. Ok, vai. Possiamo guardarlo. Ma fateci fare le nostre cose in privato. Mitica bombardamento. Fra, tu non hai visto nulla. Oh, attenzione, buga buga. Fra, guarda, ti prego. No, torna qui, torna qui.
Guarda il mio personaggio.
In reverse, someone who has been performing really, really well this year. Obviously, he's kind of
Dove non guarda, aspetta.
Torna qui, babana.
Since then, kind of, I feel like had a bit of a slump in between. Didn't hear too much, but recently was a player that I had.
Fra, girati e abbassati, non succederà nulla di male.
He goes down again, unfortunately. Not sure what's going on there.
Oh, Ronaldo!
Pad fell in through the roof. We've seen so much. Reverse managed to turn around and put the stare on his head to block it. So reacted well, but just Canada falls to Ronaldo. No, you know Ronaldo's screaming about that one. You know how good that must have felt for Ronaldo.
Fra, non guardare quello che sta succedendo qua dietro.
And I don't think Canada has many points on the board. We saw him go down early in game 1 as well. Ronaldo.
Ok, mi trombo aura adesso.
That's right, we'll be seeing you on the battle bus, buddy. But Ronaldo, man, one of the more exciting players I'm happy to see performing right now. It's his dream, basically, to continue to put up.
Somebody can leave.
Tu non stai vedendo nulla, eh. Sei bello che
Shut
tira.
up, bitch, your motherfucker police.
Max been finding his fair share of
Somebody can leave.
we talk early because it's just not the region to really ramp up, right? They're known to have that slower, more passive play.
C'è un fight fuori 6, fa attenzione.
Players are finding their confidence. Players are not trying to fall behind. They're not trying to leave it for the later half. They're really getting into the action right now. Going as far as taking the zone fights right now. And I don't think this player knows that he's...
Vieni, bello.
Yeah, I think Sid would have taken the shots there, but maybe
Aspetta, ora sentirei una cosa.
È il momento di una limonata. Al limone.
I feel like he's not going to get a better opportunity in the shots he just
Ok,
had.
nice.
So
No, non c'è più somebody can leave.
Abbassati, fra clic R3.
Go in front so he can come in from behind because he does have that pepper for the increased movement, but no, Sid.
Allora, se clicchi R3 non succederà nulla, però avrai 1 milione di V-Buck. No, devi stare abbassato.
They hold a lot of ramifications if you do not have those heals. We'll see. We'll be playing a close attention to the zone now, to that feed, that elimination feed, to see how it all plays out. On the other side, though, Polarized this time actually secures Caddy's loot. Remember, Cody got it last
86. E la seconda sei mitica, mi serve un server privato.
With 10 points already, he's confident coming in.
Somebody can give
I think this is setting him up for success right now.
He needs a few more rockets, maybe 5 rockets, not bad.
Hanno chiamato secca e vale.
Refresh is even more important. Getting eliminations where you can go and get the loot, and quite often players carrying those rockets is huge. But he still does have crash pads too, so he can maybe save those rockets just for the rotate.
Se non Mizzica, hanno scoppiettato le armi mitiche di salito. Mizzica, lo stanno bombardando con le armi
Ok, adesso è il momento di cambiare canzone.
No!
Obviously showing the strength of the shotgun. He's backing himself. He's going straight up on this player's box. He doesn't technically need
Non ha colpi a salto, questo deve proprio... Te dico proprio fermati, fratelli.
Nervous, might be someone he might want to fight because he's trying to disengage. He really doesn't want to have a bar of this, but never mind. Polarized, going to disengage past it, choosing the fact that he needs to farm.
Oh, ti prendo,
Only has 39 builds so far.
Quando ci
This is
riuscivo.
what I was talking about. Game 1 had the fewest
Vieni,
eliminations before
schiavo.
the third zone this weekend. EU notably ramps up.
Oh, ma tua sorella, io sono di pomeriggio 5.
Allora fai pomeriggio 5, usa la canna da pesca.
Allora, buongiorno signori e signore, mettiamo la sigla di pomeriggio 5.
He goes on in, he follows up, he finds the big trap. It's on for Rocks, and they exchange back and forth, and no! Polarized falls, and Rocks is gonna be the king.
Ti prendo, sai.
Mythic loot.
And that is so unfortunate for Polarized. He picked the target that he could jump in on, and I was gonna say Rock.
Fra il Kids Shockwave Launcher.
No, perché io sono via dal palco.
If you are the one who's in the driver's seat, you are in the king's seat. You
need to continue
that dominance forward and takes one fight that he does not win.
Somebody con diva. Ti piacciono a te gli anime?
Sì, ma non ne ho mai visto uno.
Ma dai, ma allora sei proprio africano.
Things are gonna catch
C'è
up here.
video,
King looks like he found a big opportunity to slip in a couple shots here. And now he's going to be looking to engage onto this battle. It's Macwood, though. They're going to take
Oh, devi fare pomeriggio 5, fratelli.
You got to get it over with.
Allora, sto parlando con 3 persone contemporaneamente, dammi un attimo.
Ma
Oh my gosh.
Allora, signori telespettatori, benvenuti a pomeriggio 5. Vi assicuro di non aver bevuto niente. Allora, vedete, qua c'è pesce.
Aspetta un secondo.
Tu prova a registrare e ti ammazzo famiglia, scopro bottiglie di culo tua sorella. Ok? Allora, tu ci devi spostare, allora.
Va bene, mi metto
Tu devi
qui.
seguire me. Andiamo a prendere quello là sopra. Guarda.
Sta canna da pesca.
Adesso
Scendi!
ci penso io. Guarda questi che non pagano l'affitto, guarda, non li faccio scendere io. Vieni qua, come ti permetti? La gente paga per venire qua, te vieni gratis, vieni, giù.
Quando fate fischietto
Non
di
io posso
andare
stare.
giù.
Ma che vuoi? Ma come ti permetti? Vabbè, guarda.
Fra, vai a fare pomeriggio 5, porco.
Ma vado a fare pomeriggio 4, ma che pomeriggio 5? Andiamo a fare pomeriggio 4, andiamo, allora.
Vai.
No, via dai coglioni, sono qua. Ok, allora.
Ok,
Allora. Tururu. Ok, effetti low cost. Ok, allora. Come potete vedere, questo qui è un nuovo rampino di ultima generazione. Vedete, è come ogni rampino.
Che arrivi dal nulla proprio.
Really wants to push this loot. He's using all his crash pads to get to it. Maybe identify the player had crash pads. He did, so he's going to jump on those, grab the material, and
A me mi fai ridere anche se non fai nulla.
nice play from P-God. And his AR
Tanto quel tipo è crashato.
has been clinical. We saw in that wide shot as
Ma
well.
che
Contender right now who won the first game on
Ma
top
che cavolo, la gente perché esce?
of shots pretty soon if they see this fight break out. P-God getting broken out, dropping down a
Ma che cavolo.
There's not that many people on this edge, but as he gets closer to
Fratelli, ti dico fermati, fratelli.
Se volevi fratelli.
No, stacca.
Goes out and recycles that launch pad. He does, and now they both make it to zone safely.
I just wanted to break that down just a little bit further. That was a great fight to take. I know ideally you don't want to rotate out to the outer edges, but he had already in his favor. That means
Ma